Ladies. Ladies. Are you right? You right? Are you right? What are your names? What are your names? Your names? Ivy. From?
What unfolded in the heart of Tshwane last night has reignited a national debate about lawlessness, foreign-run illegal businesses, and alleged protection from within the system, after city officials raided a Nigerian-owned brothel operating openly in the CBD. The late-night operation exposed a scene that many South Africans say reflects a much deeper crisis. A capital city where illegal activities allegedly flourished unchecked for years, until a sudden shift in leadership. Inside the premises, dozens of women were found, some legally documented, others identified as undocumented foreign nationals, raising serious concerns about immigration control, human trafficking, and enforcement failures. Before you continue, like this video, subscribe to the channel and comment below. Do you think South Africa has lost control over illegal foreign-run businesses? Or is this finally a turning point? Share your thoughts. The raid was led by Tshwane Executive Mayor Dr. Nasiphi Moya, whose administration has gained attention for what supporters describe as a no-nonsense approach to governance and enforcement. City officials confirmed that the establishment was operating illegally, without the required permits, in violation of multiple municipal bylaws and national regulations. For years, residents of the Tshwane CBD have complained about illegal brothels, drug dens, and unregulated businesses operating in plain sight. Many say these activities became normalized, creating the perception that certain spaces in the city were beyond the reach of law enforcement, especially when foreign nationals were involved. According to sources close to the operation, the brothel had been functioning openly, attracting clients and operating as a full-scale commercial sex establishment. Officials say this raised immediate red flags about how such an operation could survive inspections, policing, and routine compliance checks without being shut down earlier. During the raid, authorities found dozens of women living and working inside the premises. Some produced valid documentation, while others were found to be in the country illegally. Social development officials and home affairs representatives were called in to assess the situation, verify identities, and determine next steps. City officials stressed that while enforcement is necessary, vulnerable individuals, particularly women, must be treated humanely. Those found without legal status are expected to be processed according to immigration law, while investigations continue into whether the women were coerced, exploited, or trafficked. However, public anger has largely focused on a different issue: how long this brothel was allowed to operate in the first place. Residents and activists allege that illegal foreign-run businesses in Tshwane and across South Africa often survive because of corruption, bribery, and selective enforcement. Some believe officials turn a blind eye, while others claim certain operations are actively protected. Before Dr. Nasiphi Moya became mayor, it was always a holiday for foreigners in this city, one resident said bluntly. They did as they pleased. The law only applied to some people. Since taking office, Mayor Moya has overseen an increase in raids, inspections, and enforcement actions targeting illegal businesses, hijacked buildings, and criminal networks. Her supporters argue that her leadership marks a clear break from past administrations that allegedly tolerated or ignored lawlessness. Sources within the municipality say the mayor personally instructed officials to intensify compliance operations in the CBD, particularly in areas long associated with crime and exploitation. No one is above the law, a senior official said. Not locals. Not foreigners. Not business owners hiding behind documents. The raid has also reignited broader national conversations about immigration enforcement. South Africa hosts millions of foreign nationals, many of whom live and work legally. But critics argue that weak border controls and inconsistent enforcement have allowed illegal migration and criminal networks to flourish. In recent years, public frustration has grown over perceptions that undocumented foreigners are allowed to operate illegal businesses, while South Africans struggle with unemployment, crime, and failing services. The Tshwane raid has become a flashpoint for these sentiments. Civil society organizations caution against generalizing or scapegoating entire communities. They warn that while criminal activity must be addressed decisively, xenophobia and vigilantism must not be allowed to take root. Authorities, they argue, must focus on enforcing the law fairly and consistently. The city of Tshwane has acknowledged these concerns, but insists that enforcement actions are based on legality, not nationality. Officials confirmed that investigations are ongoing to determine whether any public servants assisted the brothel's operation through bribery or negligence. If evidence shows officials were involved, consequences will follow, a municipal spokesperson said. There will be no protection for anyone undermining the rule of law. As the investigation continues, the raid has already sent a powerful message through the CBD. Other illegal operators are reportedly shutting down temporarily, fearing similar action. Residents say the atmosphere in the area has shifted overnight. Whether this marks the beginning of sustained reform, or just a symbolic moment remains to be seen. But for many South Africans, the message is clear. The tolerance for lawlessness is wearing thin. For now, Tshwane's late-night brothel raid stands as a stark reminder of the cost of weak governance, and the impact decisive leadership can have when enforcement is no longer selective. The coming weeks will reveal whether this operation was an isolated incident or the start of a broader crackdown that could reshape how South African cities confront illegal activity, corruption, and exploitation, regardless of who is involved.